Hi, this is Dr. Britt Talley-Daniel, MD, and I'm a neurologist and headache doctor. Today, I'm going to be talking about a new drug for migraine that just came out in March of 2020, and it's called Nurtec, and the generic name is rimegepant, and it's for acute migraine treatment. Now, migraine is genetically inherited medical problem with an incidence of 12% worldwide that affects 25% of women and 6% of men. Migraine is disabling and one of the most painful conditions known. Nearly 40 million people in the United States suffer from migraine, and the World Health Organization classifies migraine as one of the 10 most disabling medical illnesses. Migraine is characterized by debilitating attacks lasting 4 to 72 hours, with symptoms of a pulsating headache, which may be moderate to severe, and on a scale of 1 to 10 would be 5 to 10, and may be associated with nausea, vomiting, and or sensitivity to sound and light. 90% of migraine sufferers are unable to work or function normally during an attack. In medical school, they teach you the painful medical problems are a kidney stone, pregnancy and child delivery, and migraine headache. Now, during the complex process of migraine in the brain, the ganglia of the meningeal arteries and the trigeminal nerve release 3 inflammatory neurochemicals that are called neurokinin A, substance P, and calcitonin gene-related peptide, which is abbreviated CGRP, and is which the way I will refer to it during the rest of this talk. Recent successful preventive treatment of migraine has been provided by subcutaneous monthly injections of 3 drugs that block CGRP release, and those are Aimovig, Ajovy, and Emgality. Nurtec, rimegepant, is an oral acute therapy drug for migraine. So the question is, does Nurtec rimegepant provide acute treatment for migraine? The answer is yes. It's been recently indicated by the FDA for acute therapy for migraine. This drug was administered as a fast-acting, orally disintegrating, single-dosed 75 milligram tablet in patients with episodic or chronic migraine. And the study demonstrated a statistically significant reduction from baseline in monthly migraine days in individuals treated with rimegepant compared with placebo. Treatment provided pain relief within 1 hour. Nurtec rimegepant had a sustained efficacy of pain relief lasting as long as 48 hours for many patients. In clinical trials, 86% of participants treated with a single dose did not need another rescue medication within 24 hours. The drug is an antagonist of CGRP, and unlike triptans, previously the most commonly used in acute treatment drugs for migraine, this drug has no cardiac contraindications and few side effects. There was also a response for preventive therapy in those receiving rimegepant 75 milligrams every other day. And they had 348 patients who did that, and they experienced a statistically significant 4.5-day reduction from baseline in monthly migraine days compared with a 3.7-day reduction in the placebo group. Among study participants who took rimegepant without concomitant preventive treatment, there was a 4.9-day reduction in monthly migraine days versus 3.7-day reduction treated with placebo. So the drug worked well. The limitation of use was Nurtec is not indicated for the preventive treatment of migraine. So what are the related questions about this? What were the results of clinical trials? Well, more than 100 individuals have been treated with more than 113,000 doses in clinical trials, including 1 year-long term safety study. In a study, some people taking Nurtec were able to get back to their normal activities in as little as 60 minutes. The study included 1,351 people who took either Nurtec ODT or placebo. More people taking Nurtec experienced freedom from pain, freedom from the most bothersome symptoms, which was light sensitivity, sound sensitivity, nausea, freedom from functional disability, and pain relief at 2 hours versus placebo. More people taking Nurtec ODT were also able to maintain these benefits through 48 hours versus placebo. Additionally, more people taking Nurtec ODT experienced pain relief and freedom from functional disability as early as 60 minutes versus placebo. In data presented at the 2019 American Academy of Neurology annual meeting of Study 303, freedom from pain at 2 hours post-treatment was achieved for 21.2% of patients in the ODT rimegepant arm compared with 10% of the placebo group. All right, what's the dose of the drug? For adults, a single orally dissolvable 75 milligram tablet may be given once in 24 hours. Pediatric dosing is currently unavailable or not applicable for this drug. Contraindications. Some patients may experience a hypersensitivity reaction to treatment. Nurtec rimegepant is not indicated in persons with severe hepatic or renal impairment. It should be avoided in patients with end-stage renal disease. Adverse reactions. Well, there's a serious hypersensitive reaction, which is either immediate or delayed, which is very rare, dyspnea, severe rash, but a common reaction is nausea. How about drug interactions? Well, strong or moderate CYP3A4 inhibitors, strong CP3A4 inhibitors, you should avoid co-administration, since it increases the rimegepant exposure. Pregnancy lactation. Caution is advised in pregnancy and while breastfeeding, as there's no human data available. Pharmacology. Metabolism is unknown. Excretion in stool is 78%, urine 24%, half-life is 11 hours. And the mechanism of action is it blocks CGRP activity. How about concomitant use with current CGRP drugs for preventive migraine? In January, data published, which included 2 patients with migraine experiencing suboptimal response to medication, suggested that concomitant use of rimegepant or Inurab, which is Aimovig, an FDA-approved preventive for migraine, can effectively treat refractory migraine. The work was conducted by Kathleen Mullen, MD, Medical Director at Clinical Research, New England Institute for Clinical Research, and colleagues, and is the first clinical report documenting that 2 CGRP therapies can be used this way. So they were given rimegepant orally for acute migraine, and they were taking subcutaneous Aimovig once a month for preventive. Although these data are an exciting first step, Mullen and colleagues noted that the mechanism underlying the benefits of concomitant use of a small molecule CGRP receptor antagonist and an anti-CGRP receptor antibody is unknown and requires further study. So we'll have to see how that develops. How about comments by migraine experts? Richard B. Lipton, MD, Professor and Vice Chair of Neurology at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine and Montefiore Health System, Director of the Montefiore Headache Center, commented, quote, I see many patients who are discouraged by the limited current preventive treatment options and continue to look for a better way to prevent disabling migraine attacks. This is the first time that patients may be able to use a single drug for both acute and preventive treatment. Particularly impressive is the fact that the primary outcome measure of reduction in monthly migraine days was achieved with everyday dosing. I believe that rimegepant will fulfill significant unmet needs for my patients as an oral agent that provides acute and preventive treatment benefits. Robert Krupp, CROP, MD, Chief Development Officer, Neurology at Biohaven, the pharmaceutical group that brought it out, said, these data demonstrate rimegepant broad range of clinical activity to potentially provide a new oral preventive treatment option for people with migraines. The magnitude effect in the rimegepant-treated arm with favorable safety and tolerability suggests that this drug could be a best-in-class oral therapy for preventive and acute treatment of migraine. We look forward to sharing detailed results from the study at upcoming medical conferences and continue to advance this innovative oral treatment for the preventive treatment of migraine. A single quick dissolving tablet of Nurtec ODT can provide fast pain relief and return patients to normal function within 1 hour and delivered sustained efficacy that lasts up to 48 hours for many patients. ODT means oral dissolving tablet. Nurtec ODT disperses almost instantly in a person's mouth without the need for water, offering people with migraine a convenient, discreet way to take their medication anytime and anywhere they need it. Nurtec ODT is not indicated for the preventive treatment of migraine yet. Biohaven expects to top-line results from its preventive of migraine trial later this quarter. Vlad Korek, CORIC, MD, CEO of Biohaven, documented, quote, the FDA approval of Nurtec ODT marks an important milestone for the migraine community and a transformative event for Biohaven. Millions of people suffering from migraine are often not satisfied with their acute treatment, at times having to make significant trade-offs because of troublesome side effects and reduced ability to function. We believe Nurtec ODT will be the first of many innovative Biohaven medicines to become available to treat devastating neurologic illnesses, a therapeutic category many other companies have abandoned. We're dedicated to helping patients with these conditions who often have limited or no treatment options live better, more productive lives. Then Mary Franklin, who's executive director of the National Headache Foundation, commented, quote, everyone knows someone living with migraine, yet it remains an invisible disease that is often overlooked and misunderstood. Almost all people with migraine needed acute treatment to stop a migraine attack as it occurs, which can happen without warning. The approval of Nurtec ODT is exciting for people with migraine as it provides a new treatment option to help people regain control of their attacks and their lives. And then Peter Goldsby, MD, PhD, was a famous neurology headache doctor, professor of neurology and director of King's Clinical Research Facility, King's College Hospital, commented, quote, I see many patients in my practice whose lives are disrupted by migraine, afraid to go about everyday life in case of a migraine attack. Many feel unsure if their acute treatment will work and if they can manage the side effects. With the FDA approval of Nurtec ODT, there is renewed hope for people living with migraine that they can get back to living their lives without fear of the next attack. I also have some references listed on my webpage on this. So if you go to www.drmigraine.com, you can see a fuller report on this written out. So God bless all you people with migraine. I hope this drug works well for you. Please click on subscribe so we can follow each other, and I'll see you again on the next talk.